Get the robots on side, and it's gonna start. I think it's gonna start with a solo, right? Are you ready?
Yeah.
What?
Paris.
The year was 2020, and the humans weren't doing too well. For instance, take the interesting case of Mrs. Anjali Patel. She worked at the Easy Days supermarket, which gave her no special enjoyment. It was not a good job, but it was a job, and she was grateful to have the employment. It was a Wednesday, but to Mrs. Patel, it was a work day just like any other. She was preoccupied thinking of how she felt guilty about not spending time with her mother. When she arrived at her workplace, she stopped at the sight of something that glittered and gleamed. In place of her usual register was a shiny self-checkout machine. Then out of her normally well-mannered mouth came words like fucking and hell. And that was the start of the terrible tale of the robots versus Mrs. Patel. The robots versus Mrs. Patel. Well, her boss was a pencil mustache with a pulse. His eyes traveled south like Vasco da Gama. And he leered and he jeered and he said with a sneer, "Mrs. P, let's not have any drama. This is secure checkout, Autobot 1000, Scav 1000 if you prefer. You'll be training our customers to use it, dealing with problems that may occur." Well, Mrs. Patel thought of strangling him with the lanyard that held her ID card. But she needed the work even more since her husband lost his job as a security guard. She was spending her evenings in night school, learning coding and programming skills. One day soon enough, she thought to herself, "I'll get off this wage slavery treadmill." So she opened Scab 1000's manual to page 1 and thought to herself, "We'll see who will win in this battle I call the robots versus Mrs. Patel. The robots versus Mrs. Patel." Helping customers learn how to use the machines with which they would soon be replaced was an irony from which Mrs. Patel and her colleagues found they just could not escape. Some plotted sabotage, some dreamed of a union, but Mrs. Patel knew the truth. When robots and bosses find common causes, there's nothing poor workers can do. Or that's what she thought, until one fateful evening in her late-night advanced coding class, when she learned about strategies known to the nerds as adversarial attacks. So she coded a way to trick the machines to check out items that didn't exist, and to charge the fake shopping to her boss's account before he knew what he missed. So a little algorithm helped her bankrupt the system and the rest of the franchise as well. And in a way you could say that the robots joined forces with the hero called Mrs. Patel. Hero called Mrs. Patel. Now she's revered as a binary Robin Hood throughout the subcontinent. The workers all dance in capitals, ashes, and sing of her accomplishments. And she and her team of rebellious machines are redistributing the wealth. All you bosses and bankers had better beware